What's going on, everybody? This is Dave and welcome back today to another Football Manager 2017 video here on FM Scout. Today I'm going to be continuing the Legends Back to the Club Manager experiments. We've already done a list of those, as you can see on the screen now. But also, as you can see on the screen, we're going to be doing Juninho Paulista at Middlesbrough. If you guys are interested in Football Manager 2017 content, now you can go and check out my channel. We're currently in Season 6 with 1860 Munich, and we've just broken in to the Europa League. So as you can see on screen now, I'm going to be searching for Juninho Paulista, and we have got him listed as manager of Middlesbrough. Now, Middlesbrough are probably one of the smaller sides that we've done in the experiment series, but We'll look through his history and so on, why he's such a legend at Middlesbrough. But as you can see here, 43 years of age now. He was director of football at Ituano, who he last played for in 2010. But we'll have a quick look at that shortly. He's got some decent stats, but for manager-wise, it's probably one of the weakest stats that we've seen on the series. So he's got 13 for man management, but judging player ability and potential is both at 10, tactical knowledge at 9, motivation's at 13, but he's got great adaptability and determination as well. His attacking and working with youngsters isn't too bad either. He's going to be playing with a 4-2-2-2 DM narrow, which we don't see too much, to be fair, on the game, so he's not going to play with wingers as much. Passing playing style and attacking coaching style, cautious playing mentality, a mixed pressing style and a zonal marking style. He's on £24,000 a week as per. We've got him on the 2020 contract as well. He made 50 appearances in his career for Brazil, which isn't bad at all. But if we look at his playing career just here, he actually started over in Brazil and he went back to, I think that's right, Ituano. They're currently in the Brazilian National 4th Division, and that's where he is director of football in real life. He then went to Santos, I believe that is... Sao Paulo. I do apologise. Sao Paulo in Brazil. Moved to Middlesbrough for £4.8 million in the mid-90s. Had a couple of years there. Made a bit of money on him as he went to Atletico Madrid. He got loaned back to Middlesbrough. Went back to Brazil for a while, playing for various teams, Flamengo being one of them. Went back to Borough again in the end for a couple of years whilst they were in the Premier Division. Had a little spell at Celtic. Then had a good spell again in Brazil, had 1 year in Australia, and then back to Brazil again. So he's been around, and he's spent quite a lot of his career in Brazil, and he's had a really, really good career as a whole. I know he's loved by the Middlesbrough fans. So what are they expecting of him this season? So if you see on general, media predicted 19th. So they're going to struggle to stay up, I think. Unless he does some wonders, I think they will struggle to stay up. And he is listed, as you can see, as a legend at the club. But as always, we're going to skip forward 1 year. We're going to see how Juninho Paulista does as Middlesbrough manager. So we skip forward 1 year, and as you can see, the third name down on the insecure jobs is Juninho Paulista at Middlesbrough. So he's obviously still in a job, but let's see how he got on. So he's disappointed at how things are developing at one of his favourite clubs. So I'm guessing, I never really checked that. I'm guessing that Borough are in one of his favoured clubs, possibly. Yeah, they are, along with a couple of other sides. So, obviously, it doesn't seem like they did too well. Let's jump in. Let's have a look how they're doing as a club, and they finished bottom. They have finished bottom of the league. Let's have a quick look then at just the league table, and I see how close it was. So 24 points, so they were quite a way off. West Brom had a shocking season as well, but they were a long way off staying up of 18 points. So it's a surprise to me that he still got the job. But winning just 5 games, drawing 9, and losing 24, the most out of any team, and of course the worst goal difference as well. Interested to see though on the goals. I know it's off topic, but 3 players all joined for the top goal scorer award. So let's go back to Middlesbrough. Let's check who they signed. Who did they bring in? So they brought in on a loan. They brought in Hector Just from Mallorca over in Spain. He played 13 games in the league, defensive midfielder, 29 years of age. Physically, he's not got the best acceleration, but quite strong stamina. It looks a really decent defensive midfielder, to be fair, but he didn't have the best of times. They brought in a lad called Darren Alderker from Gillingham. No surprise, he only played in the Checker Trade Trophy for them. James Husband left, and no real major outs, so they didn't spend much money at all, to be honest, but they do have some good players in this side, Middlesbrough. So let's check out how they did in the other competition. So knocked out in the 4th round of the EFL Cup by the eventual winners Chelsea, and knocked out in the 5th round of the FA Cup by Stoke City, and that was won by Arsenal in the end. Top goal scorer in the league was Alvaro Negredo. Bamford grabbed 3 in the FA Cup as well. And quite a few players drawing on 1 goal in the EFL Cup. So we'll have a quick look at the schedule now. And as you can see, they just had how did he keep his job? There. That is incredible how he managed to keep his job. That legendary status has really kept him a job. Went on a really decent spell though after that. You know, when maybe fans were calling for his head, you know, thinking, you know what, we need to get a new manager in before January. He went on a really decent run. I know, albeit 2 of the wins were in the FA Cup, but really not bad. Beating Sunderland, West Ham, beat Accrington Stanley quite comfortably. I lost to Man City, which is understandable, but then beating Hull, Liverpool in the Cup as well, and Burnley, even getting another a draw against Watford there. But after that, another dreadful run, which ultimately saw them get relegated in the end. But if we take out all of the competitions here, if they didn't win, they won their first league game on New Year's Eve, which is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. So, like, that must have been at least half the season without winning a whole game. FA Cup, as we saw, 2 wins. 1 against Liverpool, which is fairly solid, but losing out to Stoke. And the EFL Cup as well, beating Charlton and Watford, but losing out to Chelsea. That is an incredible, incredible run. We'll quickly look at the tactics though before we go into the squad. It looks like quite a slim squad, but it's very negative. It's a very defensive formation. If he's been going with that all season, you can kind of understand why they're not scoring goals. I think it's quite similar in real life though. I understand when Middlesbrough are playing quite defensive football, and it's not really what the fans want to see. But if we come to players, as you can see, the squad is fairly small. I mean, that is a full side. They haven't got many other players to choose from. But most appearances with this Middlesbrough side was Adam Clayton. He made 44. Alvaro Negredo just behind him with 42. Negredo top goal scorer with 13 in all competitions. Bamford with 10. Most assists was Antonio Barragan from right back with 6. And the best average rating was Callum Chambers, who played 41 games with a fairly solid 7.26 average rating. Victor Valdez just behind him, playing just 11 games, which is a bit strange. Brad Guzan playing the 35. Was Victor Valdez injured or... well, yeah, he did have no, that was back in 2014. Why does that come up? Fractured wrist for 7 weeks, which I suppose was right at the start of the season. Brad Guzan had a great running goal, but obviously just wasn't, he's got some good stats to be fair, Guzan, but Middlesbrough season just wasn't to be. Paulista overall, they had just a 20% win ratio. Not the best. Obviously got them relegated as well. He's managed to keep his job. If we holidayed any further and he lost the job, I wouldn't be 100% sure. But didn't win any awards, no manager of the month or nothing, which is not surprising really. I feel he may have been able to win one around January time, but obviously not to be. And he brought in some decent staff as well. Brought in Phil Cannon, who's really well known on the game for having some awesome stats. So that's a great addition. He also brought in Tony Daly, the ex-Villa and Wolves man as well. So yeah, overall, not the best for Juninho Paulista. Hopefully that hasn't ruined his legacy at Middlesbrough. But hopefully, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash the like button down below. Make sure you keep on bringing in your suggestions. There will be a new one of these out on Saturday, I hope. And as always, if you need anything Football Manager related, go and check out fmscout.com for the latest tactics, guides, graphics, and so on. So my name has been Dave. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you all soon.